Hello and welcome back to the Wilson's YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the Vauxhall Frontera, which is going to replace the Crossland, and in terms of size it's going to sit between the Mocha and the Grandland. We've got three trims available. The one that we have is the Design. You've got the GS and the Ultimate as well, but with the Design we've also got the optional styling pack. So without further ado, let's get straight into the Design. We've got these painted white steel wheels which matches the roof really well, and along with that khaki green colour we've got a really vintage design to this car. You'll also notice at the front of the car you've got that very bold visor grille with those really strong LED headlights, and then coming on the side of the car here you'll notice those pronounced wheel arches, and you'll see that it's got quite an upright stance which we can get to when we go for a drive in this car. The Vauxhall Frontera is on the Stellantis small base platform, so you'll see similarities here with the C3 and the C3 Aircross. Okay, so let's talk powertrains and performance. The one that we've got here is the 44 kilowatt battery. That's going to get you about 186 miles of range. If you go for the long range, you can get about 248 miles of range there. You're going to go from 20 to 80% in just 28 minutes. But let's talk a little bit about the price tag with regards to our one that we have here. It starts from £23,000, but this is the first electric vehicle in the UK to match its internal combustion engine, meaning it's the same price as the hybrid. So if you want to opt in for more range, you can absolutely do that. So it's a really good option there for customers from Vauxhall. Now, another really great incentive when you buy a brand new Vauxhall car, you're going to get £500 worth of Tesco Club Card points. And another really important thing to note is that there's 2,700 charging stations at Tesco stores, and those stores are within a 10-minute drive of about 70% of the population. So Vauxhall are doing everything they can to make that transition even easier for you. Okay, so now we're at the back of the car here. You'll see that we've got that Frontera scripture at the back, nice, bold, nice and big, but still minimalist, and gives a sort of retro feel to it. I'm a fan of how we've got a separation between these two brake lights here and the way they wrap around the side of the car. But in terms of practicality, in our boot we've got 460 litres of capacity with the seats up. The seats down, you get 1,600 litres. And on those roof bars, just on here, you can get 240 kilograms of load on there. So now, as we head inside the Vauxhall Frontera, you'll see that we've got a very sort of ergonomic design to these seats, and I like the way the blue contrasts with that outside khaki green. In terms of practicality, we of course have our ISOFIX points here. In general, it is a comfy place to be. I've got a really good amount of knee space there, and that driver's seat is in a decent position for in the front as well, and also a really good amount of headroom. And like I mentioned earlier, with that upright stance, I feel quite high up as well. Now, before we take the Vauxhall Frontera on a drive, I thought let's go through some of the styling in this driver's seat. Like I mentioned before, we've got that Stellantis small platform design, and you'll see that of course with the transmission here and some of these touches, but I'm a really big fan of this sort of geometric ergonomic design. Like I said with the seats, we've got three different angles for our dashboard. It comes a little bit further out here, the screen's angled very nicely, and then of course that very clear digital dashboard in front. We've got manual AC controls in the front as well there, which is very handy. We've got wireless phone charging as well, which is angled really well, very straight on, which is leaning away from the screen, which I'm a big fan of. We've also got these sort of quite cool straps around our cup holders and the switch gear, which you can unhook for some reason, not too sure why. Maybe you could use it as a headband or something, I don't know why. We've also got reversing camera, which again is very clear, and on the wheel I'm a big fan of this shape. There's something about it quite futuristic, but also again, like I keep mentioning, it's got a vintage feel to it. Something about it, maybe it's the stitching in there as well, and I really like how minimalist the buttons are on the wheel here as well. They're very, very easy to use, and the cruise control is very clear. In general, I really do like the minimalist feel to this design. It's also got quite a brutalist feel to it as well. The shapes are very clear cut and you can sort of see every intricacy of the design. I'm also a fan of how the seating position is. I feel very upright. My legs feel very sort of on a 90-degree angle. I'm ready to sort of take control of the car. So without further ado, let's take this car for a drive. So now I can let you guys know that we're in quite an urban area here, and I'm getting a quick idea for the size of this car. I'm a fan of the fact that I can see that bonnet very, very clearly. So from the outside, it does look like quite a fairly big sized car, but it's very easy to get a sense of the width of this car. And then one thing I want to mention again already is just the feel of this steering wheel. It's got quite a sharp edge on the back of the wheel, which I'm not too sure why I like it so much, but I just do generally like the feel of the steering wheel and how it feels to hold. Now, this is an electric vehicle. Typically, they weigh quite a significant amount, but this is very lightweight. It's 1.5 tons, and it's quite lightweight, but that helps with the agility and the steering. So even though it's quite lightweight, it still feels quite sharp turning into these roads. Also, the acceleration feels very, very smooth. Usually with electric cars, you put your foot down the acceleration and it really does pull you. And sometimes, you know, if that's what people like, they prefer that immediate sort of acceleration. Personally, I'm more of a fan of this smoother drive, where I put my foot down and we can gradually build up. If I want it to build up quicker, I can. But then also on top of that smoothness of the drive, along with this upright stance that I feel when I'm driving as well, I'm a big fan of the position and the feel of driving this car. I think if you're somebody that lives in an urban area or you do a lot of town driving, this is the Frontera for you. If you do a lot more long distance, and obviously that hybrid version is going to be better. But in terms of just driving around these corners, taking these corners quite sharply, this is definitely a perfect car for urban city driving. Thank you for watching another review here at the Wilsons YouTube channel. If you are interested in this car or thinking of making that transition to an electric vehicle, come down to Wilsons and give this car a test drive.